So what makes the best web hosting provider in 2022? First, its performance. Google's recommended loading time for any business website is 2.5 seconds, so every provider here will load at least faster than 2 seconds. Second, every provider here will have stable servers, keeping your e-commerce site or blog up 100% of the time. To start a business, you'll also need an SSL certificate and a professional email account. A website builder will be included with every hosting provider. Oh, and there won't be any hosting providers with old school control dashboard. My Hostinger review comes in high for a very simple reason. It does nearly everything the other two providers do, just cheaper. It's one of those providers that you'll have doubts about at first, but once you work with their shared website hosting for a while, you will realize just how good they truly are. Not some magical thing, but the best deal for your money. As I mentioned before, Hostinger has great stability. Throughout all these years, I mostly got a few minutes of downtime, apart from maintenance and other server technical aspects. And this new WordPress website scores 100% of uptime for a month of testing. As for full website loading speed, Hostinger came in at 1.4 seconds, nearly twice as fast as Google's recommendation. So what if I told you? You can get this performance with a shared hosting plan that currently costs around $2 a month. It's by far the best cheap web hosting option in my opinion. And it allows you to host for as little as a month or as long as 4 years, though you'll have to go with the longest period if you want to get the best bang for your buck. This shared hosting plan renews at around $4 a month, so you don't even need a Hostinger discount to get really affordable plans, though they do help, so I'll leave the best deals down in the description. For this price, you get enough resources to launch nearly any project, from a small business site to a blog with lots of photos, just like mine on screen. It gives you 30 gigabytes of SSD storage space, one professional email account, 100 gigabytes of bandwidth, and a free SSL certificate. 100 gigabytes of bandwidth is absolutely enough for any mid-tier project, and as you grow, you can just upgrade it to a more suited plan if needs be. It's also great that Hostinger does free weekly backups even with its cheapest plan. This can really save your bacon. Hostinger's dashboard is pretty simple to use and understand. It's somewhat reminiscent of a cPanel, only more refined and streamlined. It's easy to get around and you have some handy tools here like auto updates. Hostinger also works with Zyro, a free website builder. In my personal opinion, while it's not the most extensive tool, it's really comfortable to use and you can craft nice designs in a simple afternoon. Out of all the providers we've worked with, Hostinger is great for small to medium-sized projects. It demonstrates really solid performance while allowing you to get shared hosting for just around $2 a month. I really like that it comes with all the tools you need to start your online business, free SSL and pro email. So if you're wondering where to start with hosting, look no further. Next on my list is probably the best hosting for WordPress lovers. Bluehost is not only a great shared hosting provider, it's also one of only free hosting providers that are officially recommended by WordPress, and as we'll soon learn, for a good reason. As I mentioned, performance is key, and Bluehost is no exception. We're testing the same WordPress setup with all providers so we could get the clearest results. As far as loading speed, this shared hosting provider was just a tad bit slower than Hostinger, but just a tad, coming in at 1.6 seconds to fully load our website. So, basically an unnoticeable difference for any real user, or in simple terms, just great performance. The shared hosting plans start at around $3 a month, and the renewal pricing goes to $9.99 a month. So even after the renewal, you're looking at one of the best WordPress hosting 2022 options. Also, quick note for those looking for extremely short hosting, Bluehost doesn't have any monthly or 6-month plans. Shared plans start from a 12-month prepaid period, which in a way means you can get just a year of hosting for this cheaper price. Being a bit more expensive, it naturally comes with more resources than Hostinger. You get 50 gigabytes of SSD storage space, unlimited bandwidth, 5 email accounts, a free SSL certificate, and a free domain name for a year. The 50 gigabytes is more than enough for a single business or e-commerce website. And on top of that, you get a free CDN easily added to your WordPress site, which helps speed up your content loading times all over the globe. Neat. If you've never used web hosting, don't worry, you can start with Bluehost. It's probably one of my favorite providers to use. The control panel is just so smooth and clear. You can find anything you really need in just a few seconds. You get this Bluehost dashboard with your WordPress setup. It allows you to use staging tools, optimize your performance, and manage updates. And Bluehost is the only provider to offer a customized WordPress-based website builder. To sum things up, Bluehost's shared hosting pricing is affordable, even after renewals. The performance is optimized for the best WordPress hosting and is just slightly slower than other hosts on this list. It's really easy to start using for any beginner, and you do get a few nice WordPress features for free, like staging tools or automatic updates and automation. We covered a beginner-friendly provider. We also talked about a really affordable one. Now, the big guns. The best website hosting for devs, SiteGround. SiteGround can feel like an investment, but considering the value and resources they provide, it's well worth it. If you're looking for a new home for your medium to large web project or e-commerce store, these shared hosting plans will be great. Don't get me wrong, for smaller projects you could run into trouble not using even half of your allocated resources. The performance of SiteGround? Testing our WordPress website for over a month, we got 100% uptime with no downtime at all. And as for speed, if Hostinger was fast loading in 1.4 seconds, then SiteGround is ultrasonic, fully loaded in 1.0 seconds. For the end user, this really feels nearly instant. So it's really a good look for any business. Yes, the prices are higher, but you can still get shared hosting for under $5 a month. You don't need to prepay for the longest period, like 4 years with Hostinger, to get this discounted price. You can get hosting for just a year, great for any shorter projects or testing the waters. Plans include a free SSL certificate, daily backups, free CDN, unmetered bandwidth, and unlimited email accounts. This cheap web hosting plan comes with a 10 GB storage space limit, so this can be a bit of a limitation for certain projects, like sites that want to have lots of high-quality photos. But it's manageable, and all that storage space is SSD, which will help you with the overall performance of your site. Renewals can be a bit expensive here, jumping to around $14.99 a month, but these plans are powerful and well worth it. Even for a $15 a month plan, SiteGround shared hosting plans are a steal. As for controls, this is what the SiteGround dashboard looks like, easy and smooth to navigate. And installing WordPress is quite simple, with just a few clicks. While you get a website builder here, in my opinion, it is not as flexible as Zyro, but it's still a great tool to craft a quick business site. Overall, SiteGround is a bit more expensive, the most expensive provider on the list, but you pay more for a good reason. The performance is unbeatable. You get lots of advanced tools and it's easy to use even for beginners. Perfect choice for that mission-critical project. I tried to cover as much ground as I could in my best web hosting review, finding at least one that could be considered as the best. For certain types of users, of course. What I want to stress is that no matter which one of these free providers you'll choose, they all have new technology running their servers, fast loading speeds, good security features, and all come with a free SSL certificate. However, if you're searching for a provider for a more specific audience, then I'll recommend Hostinger for anyone that's on a tight budget and wants to create a small, medium website. Bluehost is great if you love WordPress. It's well worth it for the resources and features. SiteGround is the big boy. It's shared hosting that is created to do the maximum for your mission-critical websites. Do you have other best hosting providers? What is the key aspect that defines a great provider for you? I'd really like to get to know you better, so let's have a conversation in the comment section below. This has been Danis. I hope you had a good time and learned something today. See you all really soon. Bye-bye.